Hi internet people, yes, I know, I was wearing this shirt in the last video I filmed, and admittedly, I'm filming them back to back. I did watch all of the recent All for One episodes, and I did not talk about last week's episodes because I was at Lexicon. I was actually traveling to my sister's, like I had no time to film on a Wednesday of last week, which, like, Wednesday was the day I normally film them, and then they normally go up Saturday. There was no way. There was no way at all. I tried. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So last week, some stuff happened. There was campaign drama. There were trivia discussions with Dorothy. Like, stuff happened. But this week's episodes were really, like, good episodes. Solid episodes. Lots of stuff happening. We found out that Portia and Henry totally hooking up. Lots of things. Lots of things. We also had a very intense Dorothy Connie scene last week where they, like, were not okay. This week, we did get a continuation of a lot of relationship things, and we had a very, very heavy and very important plot with Alex. So Alex hasn't been around a lot this season. We haven't really seen Alex. She's been MIA, or when she's around, she doesn't really talk, which is very strange. And in this one, we saw Alex was in the chat. So Dorothy had planned a super romantic dinner for her and Connie. That fell through. And so Henry had come over and was talking to Dorothy about Portia. So there was this whole discussion happening, and then Alex was in the chat. So Alex wound up coming over, and then this whole thing evolved into Alex being there, but no one else was there. And then while Alex is there, there's a knock at the door, and everyone's least favorite human being in the whole wide world appeared, Miller. I genuinely did not expect Miller to show up. I didn't. I had no idea he would be there. I was not prepared. I was like, rush for it? Like, who is at the door? He showed up, and I was not okay. Alex was not okay. And, like, the whole time, the Inseparables have been talking to Alex, like, trying to figure out if she's okay, and she doesn't seem okay. That plot then evolved into a discussion of mental health issues and the fact that Alex has not been okay and has been saying she's okay because she didn't want to bother anyone. She didn't want anyone to worry about her. She didn't want to, I think she said, poison everyone with, like, her presence. She and Dorothy have a very long discussion where we learn that Alex has been coping with serious depression issues and that she had actually been contemplating suicide, though she had not completed any of the thoughts she was having. She was thinking about it relatively intensely and apparently has been thinking about it for a long time. It's a thought process she has a lot, but she hasn't been seeing anyone. And so Dorothy does wind up talking to her about mental health issues in general. The Inseparables then discuss their own mental health issues a little bit to show that they understand, or they can connect with her. So it gets very intense. I would like to applaud All for One for not only having an opening sequence card that did warn about the very heavy subject matter, and for having a card at the end of the episodes that did discuss where to find resources. Because it said they had resources listed in the box below, so there were a number of cards to prepare you for what was going to happen. I was crying watching Alex's scenes. It was a breathtaking performance. It was a very heavy performance. It broke my heart. It was very intense. There was a whole discussion about not wanting to be alone and needing someone there, and Alex didn't want to be alone, which did hit exceptionally close to home for me. Grad school, a while back, was a very emotional time for me where I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and not only was I dealing with stuff, but I had friends who were dealing with stuff. And while I had some moments where I was not in an okay headspace, I was okay. Nothing crazy happened, just a lot of crying. So I was okay, but I did have a friend at the time who was not okay. Some events happened that I was not there for, but I did wind up spending a majority of a summer sleeping on a couch because they did not want to be by themselves, which I was more than willing to do. I was just over all the time, eating all of their food. But it is a very emotional thing to discuss. Mental health issues in general are very complicated topics. I thought it was handled very, very well. And I felt really connected to it. I did recognize some of the things that Alex was talking about as things that have sort of happened to me, or like feelings I have had, though not in a sense where I don't have diagnosed depression. It's different when you're not like officially, you don't have depression. You just have sort of depressive thoughts. It's very different. I know there's a difference. I'm just saying, like, some of those thoughts are things that I could connect with. I could connect with what was going on with her. But it was so intense. And then on top of those very deep moments and everyone wanting to punch Miller in the throat, we also had Portia and Henry finally discussing their relationship in detail. Portia opening up to people, trying to let people back in after the blow up with the campaign. Trevi actually connecting with Dorothy and trying to find out what was going on with Portia because she was worried about Portia. Then on top of that, Dorothy and Connie had a very intensive discussion where we learned that Connie has been super unhappy because she doesn't want to be a lawyer. And Monty was actually amazing. Like, I understand. Like, I loved the Inseparable chat where Emblue was like, do I actually like Monty right now? What is happening? Also, the Inseparables are having their own drama because Emblue and Monochrome broke up and I am not okay. I really want to know what happened, but they are not talking about it, and I know no one is going to push them. But there's just a lot. There's a lot of character building. There's a lot of intensive moments, but it was all handled very well. The performances were so good. Everyone did an exceptional job this week, and I want to highlight that. And I also did want to say that I really appreciated the intro and the end cards that were provided for these episodes. So amazing work, everybody. They were great. I also love the Inseparable chat that was happening, and I was very interested to know that Dorothy has ADHD. That's never come up before. She actually does say, like, it's never come up, but I do. Like, I take really good meds, in her discussion with Alex. So a lot of really positive, really great writing, and acting. So thank you to All for One for being willing to cover such intensive topics, and making it work so well in a web series format. So there's that. Share your thoughts with me in the comments or on Twitter. I'm at CluffNotes. You can find me on my blog, cluffnotes@wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and I run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, internet people.